Today, I'm going to be falling for 50 hours straight in Super Mario Odyssey. Why would I do this? Because I want to see how glitchy the pause screen and the world around us get. We start with this at hour 0, and it gets weirder and weirder and weirder as time goes on. We begin to see things that I didn't think were possible to see the further down we went. So, let the falling commence. But before we do that, we're going to have to set up a few things. First of all, we're going to need to be in a world peace version of Wooded Kingdom where all those things are solved, and we're going to need a specific nut moon to not be gotten in this kingdom. From there, you're just going to need to be in assist mode, and you're all ready to do the glitch. So you are just going to want to come to the secret flower field entrance checkpoint, and you're going to want to grab the coin coffer, which is right here. Then you're going to want to bring it over to that railing and drop it down onto this island over here. Now once you're on this island, you're just going to want to drop down onto this strip of land right here, and you're going to want to uncapture the coin coffer, hit the nut, break it open so that the moon spawns, and then recapture the coin coffer. Do it all pretty fast because his capture timer is pretty slow, just like that, and then you're going to want to place him right where the fire bro should be, just like this. Now, right before the fire bro jumps over, like this, you are going to want to uncapture the coin coffer, and you should see him in the fire bro. Then you're going to want to capture the coin coffer, jump onto the moon, and if you do that correctly, you should be able to just activate the glitch. So let's try that again, since the first time we didn't get it. There we go, first thing that we did. There we go, that's the glitch. So it's all been activated. So we go back to full health and get bubbled back. And like I said before, the glitch is now active. If you do want more information on this glitch, I do have a video dedicated to it, which should be in the cue card right now. But for this video, we are going to need to get up to the observation deck without using captures or using checkpoints. The way that I like to do it is to go to this waterfall and go on top. Then you should be able to go down there, climb up here, then do a Cappy Hat vault over to this ledge, then go to this wall and go into a specific hole, which is right at the top. I do this by backflipping, throwing your hat at the wall while jumping, and then throwing your hat at the wall again. Then backflip again, Cappy Hat jump, throw your hat at the wall, wall jump, you should be up. Then grab the rocket flower, and it should be normal from here. Hit the switch and go to the top. And there we go, we're all good. Now that we're up here, we are going to want to grab Glide On, and we are going to be unable to uncapture him. Like, I'm pressing the button right now, you can't. Now you're just going to want to fly super far in this direction over here, and when you go far enough, the infinite fall should activate. The weird thing about Glide On here is if you let go, it just kind of pans the camera all the way back to the start, so we can see how interesting that gets over the time period. There we go, we have gotten the camera lock. We are near the edge of the world normally. We have escaped it. We are probably already past the death barrier. We're just going to want to go a little bit further to make sure. Let's drop it here. If we die right now, that means we didn't do it. I'm pretty sure we're good. So now we can start the 50 hours. We have our timer right here, and let's go. 50 hours on the clock, let's go. During this time, I was very optimistic about what would happen since the most I'd fallen for is around 2 hours. And that was around a year or two ago, so I didn't really know what to expect. I thought Mario would be a little bit glitchier than normal, look a bit deformed, but you can still tell it was him. What I didn't know is how fast this progression would happen from normal to not so normal. So I was really shocked to see the 2-hour mark and what had happened. 3, 2, 1, and now that's 2 hours of falling. It has been quite a while, as you can see from the timer, 2 hours. So let's see how far we've gone. First of all, this is crazy. We can see Glide On is really shaky for some reason, probably because of how far we've gone down. But now let's check the pause screen. That's crazy. This has been 2 hours. It's already like that. We can zoom out too. It gets less and less. Closer and closer we get to the top. And when we do get to the top, it's all normal. It's pretty darn cool to see how it goes from this to launching us all the way down into the void to see this. This is just 2 hours. What could be at the further markers? I don't even know anymore. This is so cool. I don't really want to bore you with me checking in to see what happened with the glitch every 2 hours, so I'll check in whenever it's necessary or around every 4 hours. Looking at the 2-hour mark, we can see that Mario's already looking weird. He's already starting to move up and down on the pause screen, and we're seeing random flickering in his eyes. The same thing's happening to Cappy. There's flickering in his eyes, and he's starting to look a bit wobbly. Anyways, on to the next update. Alright, missed the 6-hour mark by a little bit, but we're here! It's been 6 hours now, straight falling. So, just for reference, this is what the pause screen looks like when we started. Now, going all the way down, it takes so long. He's so wobbly. Where are we even? Pausing? That's crazy! It's been 6 hours! I thought it'd look like this when we hit 50. No, it's been 6. I don't even know what to say anymore. This just keeps shocking me more and more. But that's the 6-hour mark. And I'll see you guys at the next hour mark. This update was pretty big for the pause screen. We started to see Mario's hat clip through Cappy's eyes a bit, and Cappy started to get very deformed. We started to see parts of Cappy's eyes go missing, and the hat is actually a lot more jagged as well. The same can be said for Mario. He's a lot more deformed with his eyes taking on a new shape, and his body being deformed as well. Anyways, on to the next update. And it has been officially 10 hours straight of falling. So if we just press B, it takes so long to get there. What has happened to Glydon? He's like one of those wacky inflatable tube men. What is this? We can see the screen flashing at the floor a lot now. We aren't quite out of the skybox, I don't think. We can see some of the clouds up there. But what we're here for is the pause menu. Okay, it looks like he's starting to go. What the heck is this? What is happening? It's not deleting frames. What is this? That's just my biggest question. What is this? I don't even know what to say anymore. This is what it looks like at the start. Doing the little transition thing, it goes so fast. Just breaking down more and more and more. What the heck is happening? What the heck? What? Okay, it looks like the level is starting to vary. Why is he so high? Why is he so low? What is this? Well, that's the 10-hour mark. Now let's go to the next one. During the 10-hour mark, there are some things that I talked about that you might not understand, like frame deletion and a skybox. I'll put an explanation for them in the description since it's rather long, but I do highly recommend you look at them so you will get a better understanding of what happens in the rest of the video. During the actual update, we started to see something happen, and this is how Mario's height is starting to vary. We can see him get really low or really high. So high, in fact, we start to see more of his overalls than normal. Outside of this, we have more of the normal stuff happening, with the pause screen getting glitchier and the main game getting glitchier. Anyways, here's the next update. And that is officially 12 hours into the challenge. This is crazy. Every single time this has surprised me. So I don't even know what it'll do right now. Let's go. The player model. Oh my gosh! What happened? If we go straight down again, maybe the frames will not be deleted again. Yep, that's happening again. This is bad. Okay, now let's see the pause menu. Okay, what is that? Seriously, what is this? I swear, what was that? What the heck was that black thing that just went on screen? Maybe we can replicate it? Yeah, what is that? But that's the 12-hour mark, with us being so far down that the game is just starting to break down even more. Anyways, the next hour update won't be in a little bit since I'm going to bed, and it'll probably be 8 hours later, so expect it around the 20-hour mark. There I was, going off to bed, hoping I set up everything correctly for the night. I needed to have a whole bunch of specific settings on both of my devices so that they don't fall asleep, that being my Switch and my computer. For the Switch, I need sleep mode to turn off, and for my computer, I also need the same thing so that they keep running throughout the night. So I hoped I did everything right and went to bed. The next morning, I woke up and rushed to see what had happened on the Switch, but it had fallen asleep, with the timer still running on my computer. I was devastated to see this, and almost completely scrapped the video of this, to be done for another time. But someone came to the rescue, and that was my brother. He said he was able to do some math and save the challenge. I'm so thankful for what he did, since we wouldn't have this video if it weren't for him. We tried to line up the timer and the game the best we can, so it would be as accurate as possible, and I think we did a pretty good job. Here's the morning update. This update was surprisingly not very good for the time it covered. Because of the delay from last night, Mario was only able to fall for around 4 hours, so there wasn't much improvement. There were little to no new triangles and random pieces around the screen, which made this update a big disappointment. Moving away from this update, the next one shows a lot of different mechanics that we will see for the rest of the video. Alright, missed this one by a little bit. I was doing something else, but we have officially surpassed 20 hours of falling. I don't even know what to say anymore. It's just been getting crazier and crazier by the minute. So, let's see. What is this? This looks more like a wacky inflatable tube man than it ever has. What is this shuffling to the side thing? He's not even falling straight. He's not falling straight. Pausing? That's just lines. That isn't anything. These lines! I can't imagine what 50 hours would look like. Because if it's lines right now, what could it look like then? Hour 20 was a pretty big update since it introduced horizontal gliding. This is where Glydon kind of starts to fly in a horizontal line instead of straight down like he should be normally. This is something that will happen more frequently the further down we go in the world, and it will be getting worse. The flashing things are also getting worse by flashing more frequently and for longer, and the pause screen has descended into cubes that make up all of Mario's body parts. Anyways, on to the next update. Alright, and we have officially passed 24 hours straight, so let's see how far we're down. I don't even know what to say anymore to this. This is mental. We still got everything happening already. Maybe something weird happens if we go into camera. Nope, it just looks normal. I'm not sure if you just saw that. We can start seeing Glidon get normal again? What? But now let's look at the pause screen, which, yeah, that's a little bit bad. You can't even tell that's Mario anymore. Well, maybe. For reference, this is what we started with. And then it just started keep getting progressively worse and worse and worse. I don't even know what to say anymore. What is this? This does not look like Mario. What? What the heck? This just looks like a bunch of jumbled together pixels. Okay, that does not look... What? I don't know if he's okay, guys. I don't know if he's okay. I'm actually at a loss for words right now. It looks like Cappy's a baseball cap now. What? Why is his eyes so big? This is mental. Anyways, that's this hour increment, and I'll see you guys with the next one. During this increment, I figured out that if you press the pause button over and over again while falling, you'll get a more extreme image of what's happening on screen. If we just fell normally and paused at the bottom, then it would look like this, but if we did the pause trick, it would look like this. A much better result. I named it the pause method, and I'll use it for the rest of the challenge since it gets such cool results. Surprisingly, I did the pause method a number of times earlier in the video and I didn't seem to notice. I don't have a picture for hour 26, so it's straight to the next hour increment. And it has officially been 28 hours straight of falling. Let's see what it's like. So, just going down, we can see Glidon is starting to become really, really glitchy. Let's check the pause screen. This is just lines! This isn't even Mario. It's just lines. Let's do some quick progression. Let's see if we can actually get it even worse. Yeah, I think that's a little bit worse. What the heck? Okay, what? I think this is a little bit worse. Just a little bit worse. He's grown to like triple, double, or triple the size. It's just squares that are going inside of each other. I don't even know what to say anymore. This is crazy. I can't wait to see 50 hours. 50 hours is going to be incredible. That's this hourly update. Still out of... What? Whoa, what the heck? What? Isn't that the same effects that... Oh, there it is again. What? I'm pretty sure that's the same effect that you get with that one glitch with the uproot, I think it was. Well, anyways, that's this hourly update. It'll be even worse with the next one. I can't wait. So this is going to be the last hourly update for today. For me, it'll take about 8 or 9 hours of sleeping. But for you, it'll be instantaneous. So... let's go there right now. So I went to bed for the second night, this time with checks to make sure that there wasn't another mix-up. We went through checks on the Switch, but not the computer since it had been previously checked. When I woke up the next morning, I went to my Switch, and the Switch was running, but my computer wasn't. I stayed calm this time and reset the timer to where it should be, around 38 hours, so everything was back on track. Here's the update. Alright, and it is now the morning, so I guess good morning everybody. So now it's time to see how far we've gotten over the night. The timer has got up to 38 hours. Like I said before, there was a little bit of a mix-up, but that was all sorted out to the best of my ability. So let's go. Hold in B. Yeah, that's a little bit more glitchy than before. What do you think? I think so. Kind of looks like he's not really whole anymore. What is happening? Oh, yep, he's clipping through the previous model. He's flashing now. Still not flying. What? Okay. That looks like that's happening a lot more often the further down we go. He's just disappearing. We are probably not going to have him in a little bit. But now it's time for the pause screen. I don't really know what to make of this. He's just squares. He's just squares. There isn't anything else to describe it. It's just squares. But I'm pretty sure if we do the progression, it gets better. So there's the best. This can't take even longer because of how far down we've gone. Yeah, I think that's a little bit worse. What about you? He's just lines. It's like if you showed this to somebody and said that square is Mario, they would not believe you. I'm still at a loss for words for all this stuff. It's so weird. Anyways, I'll see you guys at the next hour update. This update was one of the more influential ones because so much time had passed since the last one. Glidon's model was starting to get really weird by flashing to his normal model from his grayed out one. He also started to disappear with chunks of him being taken out of his model. This pause screen also had a pretty big update with Mario's body parts being more distorted than last time. Nevertheless, on to the next update. And it has officially been 42 hours of the challenge. I don't know how, but there's nothing else happened leaving the switch on for 42 hours up here. But like we've seen before, holding B. Okay, that's starting to get really bad. His model is starting to get really bad. Still not flying straight. We're flashing his model normal. Oh, that's so weird. But the pause screen is what we want to see, which isn't actually as bad as last time. It's still pretty close to lines, but it's also because of not doing the pause method, which I find makes the results better, like pausing and unpausing the game super fast while falling. Kind of seeing the progression like this. So if we do this, it should be better. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. What is this? Now, this is a lot worse than what it was before. So, he's just a few lines now. Yeah, I don't know what else there is to say. He's just a few lines if we do the pause method correctly. I think we might have done the pause method a little bit too well, because I'm 100% sure this isn't supposed to be happening. That just we're seeing the bottom of his model. I've never seen the bottom of his model before. I'm actually at a loss for words about this. Well, that's 42 hours. We've still got 8 hours left of the challenge. Now, this update supplied us with one main thing, showing us that the pause method can push the pause screen model to its limits. We can see the pause menu going from squares to this huge model with inflated triangles. I think the pause method works by expanding the individual tries that make up Mario's model and making them ginormous. If you don't know what a try is, there are these small triangles that make up all 3D models that you see in every 3D game. That's what we're expanding here from a microscopic size to make Mario look smooth to a size that we can actually see. Anyways, that's enough on tries. Here's the next hour update. Alright, and it has been just over 47 hours of falling. So let's go see what it looks like paused. Well, actually first we're going to see what it actually looks like in game. It's just starting to look more and more like the actual pause screen, like the player model. Now it's time to go to the pause screen, see what's changed. Yep, it's just lines. I don't know what to say. Like before, we can make it even worse by doing the pause method, like this. Yeah, I think that's a little bit worse. What about you? He's a little bit far down. Let's see if we can make him get higher at all. Oh, yep, there it is. That's a little bit higher. Holy! You don't even... Cappy just barely clips the screen. What is this? You can see the bottom of his feet, which we're never able to see in normal game. He's not even on the screen in this one. He's starting to leave. He's getting too big. He's supersizing. That big thing that we saw at the start and here, that's his hair. It seems like if we pause, there's a really crazy event that happens on the normal screen as well. What is this? Well, I'll see you guys at 50 hours since this is going to be the last hour checkpoint before it. Let's see what it gets to since it should be getting even worse than this. I don't know how that can happen. This is going to be the final hour update of the video since there isn't really anything else to update you on outside of the result. During this update, Mario's getting really big. Like, so big that he isn't able to fit on the screen. He also starts leaving the screen by floating right off. Now, looking at some of the smaller stuff from this update, we can see that the background is flashing more and more as time goes on, and more of Glidon is being chunked out at specific times. Now, here's the final update of the video and what it looks like if you keep Mario falling for 50 hours straight. Alright, I was just doing something on my computer. I look up to see the timer's 50 hours, so I guess we passed 50 hours now. Well, before you start commenting about this, about all the time that we had the game paused, we will be doing an extra half hour in order to ensure that it's around the time it should be over 50 hours. But let's just see the check-in right now. It still does take forever. He's still a wacky inflatable tube man. There isn't really much that has changed, but it's just a lot worse version of what we saw earlier. And pause screen is no different. It's just a lot of lines, but that's just coming down right here. If we do the pause method, it should be a lot more. Yeah, I think the pause method made it a little bit worse. So this is almost the final one. We just got an extra half hour left to go. And, yeah, it's just a big jumble of lines. You can't even tell that's Mario anymore. Also, his feet are in the camera now. Oh, he turned his arm. Playing in VR, you can barely tell what it is. Two-player mode, that weird jumble of red on the side is Cappy. And then his face is also just kind of gone. But here's the zoom. It's crazy. Anyways, I'll see you guys in 30 minutes. 3, 2, 1... And it has officially been around 50 hours of falling in Super Mario Odyssey. This has been crazy. So we can see up here, nothing has changed. Pause screen is still completely normal. Going down, we can see all the changes. It goes so fast. We're already at this weird blocky one. Then we get to Lines. More lines. More lines. What is this? I haven't seen these. I didn't expect this to be so early. I feel like Mario's just been dissolving more and more into just triangles. Like all of his polys. Which, if you don't know, polys is what game models are made out of. Yeah, that's why there's so many triangles. Oh, he's just gone. He's just gone. Oh, there he is. He's too far off the screen, so it looks like he's just gone. And here's the player model. It looks pretty cursed. Let me see if I can pause it during one of the weird scenes that we have. Yeah, whatever this is, it's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't think this is normal. I'm not sure about you. I don't think this should happen. So that's the player model, that weird black outline thing. And there's also just kind of hunks of the world that are just... Okay, there's more of this weird glitchy stuff coming. Most of the world has, like, no more skybox, which is so cool to see. Whoa, we were able to instantly teleport the camera, so I let go of B. How did that work? I don't know. There's still so much to be explored. If we go into line drawing, we can see all the polys that are just going weird on him. All of his gaps. That is amazing. Oh my gosh. So this is the result if you fall for 50 hours straight in Super Mario Odyssey. There actually isn't much else that we can explore. This is just about it. Well, now I guess our fun is over. We spent 50 hours falling. 50 long hours. And well, it looks like time's up. It was fun while it lasted.